Hey you, so on this video, let's just call it new coin release plus the best 50p's to get involved with. I'm going to be going over a review. It's going to be a single coin this time, but I thought I'd bundle in all the 50p's of the current new release of the Royal Mint 50p. I've been asked my opinions on this whether I was involved, and just give what I think are the best Royal Mint 50p's to be involved with. This is all personal thoughts and opinions here, guys, so please let me know your own personal thoughts and opinions. And also, if you haven't done so already, please do go ahead and subscribe. Definitely like what you see / hear. So once again, let me know in the comments what you think are the best 50p's or the ones that you've seen with the best potential. So we've got this new release from the Royal Mint. It's a Wallace and Gromit coin, another 50p. So where do I stand on this coin? I think it's a meh looking coin. You know, I wasn't a big Wallace and Gromit fan. It just is what it is. I'm not too sure on the price, and on the silver it's not too bad. So, but I'm not going to be involved in this piece here. I think it's something new, so definitely something you know, fresh out from the mint. I've said before, even though we're getting oversaturated with new coins, they need to be putting stuff out to find out what's hot and what's not, or what's working. I don't think none of them are actually currently working at the moment. I'll get into what I think could spice things up for free / Royal Mint, cough cough. And just, you know, for me, I wasn't personally going to be involved in this coin because I think currently the 50p phase has played itself out now. You know, it's 150p too many. I think currently there's not a lot they can do in terms of new releases. I think where they need to really tweak and adjust is going to be in mintage. So taking a look just at what this currently is and what the offer, it's coming in that Perspex kind of case. I believe the mintage on this silver is 25,000, and then I think maximum mintage is going to be 27,500. Comes in all the packaging here, so you know, pretty decent piece, pretty decent packaging if you like that. I'll put this up against the Gruffalo if I was going to be putting it against something. So I see sales wise is going to be exactly the same as the Gruffalo. So we've just recently had a Gruffalo that I didn't cover in a video, but the sales on that was also, you know, we had a recent Gruffalo release a couple of months back now, I think sometime in March or April or something like that, and that was mediocre also from the silver and the gold. So I'm not expecting anything special from this. It is the first, you know, so will they be continuing? More than likely. It's one of those licensed coins where I think they're going to be, if they can, they will. This is the gold. I think the gold looks better than the silver, but also on their golds nowadays, I think, not to forget, this is half an ounce of gold. They're selling for damn near £980 sterling. So for me, straight away, I'm out. Just even at that price, I think currently at that price point, we need a much higher spot sticking around to even justify. Not to forget, I'm a cowboy. I'm purchasing because I want to be able to sell for a profit. If everything I'm saying here, if you're collecting, you absolutely love whichever kid story or design it is, then you know none of this applies to you. I'm speaking more from a cowboy / flipper perspective, so take that into account. But for me, things that are going to turn me off straight away is going to be the pricing on the piece. This since I've been picking them up was priced around £795. That's been the price of all of the gold Royal Mint 50p's that I picked up. So now seeing it, even though spot prices dipped back a little, I still think it's, and they haven't really done their increase in price from working on percentages in accordance of spot price. They normally just hike up their prices because they hike up their prices. So £980 to me is a penny too much. So I'm going to technically be out on everything that they be releasing in gold until I see what I may be talking about in here. But once again, on here, I think they've upped their mintage to like 30 officially, so it's 630. I think the lowest they've done, and I think the perfect was 400 that I'll be getting into. Maximum is 640, so they've only added another 10 on that. It's usually in this special packaging presentation that they'll be bringing out. Pretty decent piece. Then you've got the BU, which is going to be unlimited, so you know, some could see that as the better buy or the opportunity there. I think it's not going to be in circulation, so they're going for like £10, but for me it just wouldn't be a play I'd be interested in straight off the bat. So this is going to be this new release. As mentioned, I don't think there's a lot going on here with the gold or the silver, purely because it's just it's overplayed. You know, high mintages, high prices. The price on the silver ain't too bad, but you know, 27,000 or 27,500 isn't insane. But I think right now, and even as touchy as, for me, getting onto the website was no issues. You know, somebody sent me a message this morning The Royal Mint had apparently tweeted out a few people that it was running, slow, sluggish, but I had no problems getting in and out just to check up and see how things were doing. I think the tweet alone was a bad sign, trying to create a bit of hype. It's been going downhill for some time now on a few of their releases. I think the momentum's just died down altogether. Looking at these with price increase, mintages steadily going up a little. They're reaching, they're clutching, most definitely clutching at straws. I think what's needed is an entire change of the mintage model Royal Mint. I'll get through to a few best coins, so I've been asked what I think are the best 50p's. So I'm going to run this down. So for me, given my, I'd say, top 3 Royal Mint 50p coins that you want to be involved in, if you can get involved in, this is going to be number 1. We all know how this one came about. I think this was the first that started it with the kiddie licensing stuff. It was the 2016 Peter Rabbit coin. It caught a lot of the cowboys, i.e. myself, off guard. There was talk about it, but there was, it was just another colorized gimmick coin coming out. It came out, it caused an insane frenzy, and to date, this coin, silver, is still selling for an insane premium. No 50 pence silver coin has come close to rivaling what this coin done. I think the mintage on these were 15,000. I'm not sure what the maximum mintage, i.e. in the packaging stuff, was like, but they never brought a gold out, which was interesting. There was an international edition, but I think it wasn't an ounce. It was like a quarter ounce, and it wasn't a 50 pence piece. But if you can find this piece here, or this coin here, at an awesome price, which has proven to be very hard, there is proof that, Royal Mint can produce home runs. And I think, how do I think this came about? I personally think because it was a first. It was the first of their licensed coin. I don't even think it was the most popular character or franchise. I'll get into that in a moment when I get to the wrecked coin. I just think it was a first. It took a lot of people off guard. And, by the time a lot of people, including myself, had, peeked in to see what all the hype was about, they was gone. They was on eBay selling for 5 times, 10 times what initially was paid for them. And it was a catch me if you can thing. So this is most definitely, to date, in my opinion, the best 50p to be involved in on the Royal Mint, silver or gold. This is selling for gold prices, not to forget. I think this was purchased around £55. A lot of people bought this up. This is just my rundown of what are the best coins and examples of why I think they became hot. And, if you're going to try and get involved or want to be involved, these are the ones to look for. Will you find this for a decent price? I don't believe so. If you're finding this, I think the cheapest I ever saw this on the secondary market was around £300 sterling. And I wasn't going to pay that price, but it was gone instantly. And I think the person was still able to sell that for a profit onwards. So that's just a silver, half ounce silver coin, guys. So it goes to show. But once again, I think that just came about through, Royal Mint just getting into their licensed stuff, their childhood story stuff. Done it first, and I think it worked, and I'm just giving my own theories here because we've had a second and a third release and it's done nowhere near what the first coin, which is this one right here, done. So I think they did increase the mintage, but it was just the first. It's just one of those things. Can we pinpoint it? No, this is one of these things that happen in business. I'm sure the Royal Mint could break it down if they could. So after that, we had a few more other coins, but in my opinion, the next one that is the best opportunity would be this one here, and that was the Snowman. Again, there was talk that this one was coming out, so it wasn't that much of a surprise, and same as the Peter Rabbit. But I think this one offers the best opportunity also because this one came out with another mintage of around 15,000 on the silver, so that was good. I don't think they done I think they did do they had to hold the backle with the recalling coins back in. This is how much of a good hit this was, and it goes to show. I think sometimes the best opportunities come when blunders happen, whether they're intentional or not intentional. Whenever a boo-boo's made on the Mint's end, it's always an opportunity for whoever's involved, cowboys or hardcore collectors. And this was a prime example. You had the whole blue hat error coin issues going on. You had the Mint lockdown, genuine or who knows, but it was around Christmas time. It was a fantastic theme. Character-wise, I think this is much stronger than the Beatrix Potter characters. Personal opinion, extremely subjective there. Let me know. I think it has more worldwide appeal, the Snowman. So I think it was a fantastic theme. The Royal Mint, I don't know what happened with them recalling presentation 50p's and them coming back out with black box and no COAs, but they done everything and anything to Scarpa to get as many back as they could to fulfill orders because it was a massive hit. I think them doing that did hamper it increasing insanely because they was able to get, I don't know, a good 3,000, 5,000 back. It didn't kill secondary market sales because there was many came out to play, but I think if they didn't recall the many that they had allocated elsewhere, you would be seeing this coin easily selling for 150 all day, every day. I think now, on average, you're looking at about £80 to £100, depending. And with the error, I mean, I done a video, I had a load of these coins, and I've sold half, and I decided to keep half, the errors and the normal ones, and I think it was a great move because I think it's going to be a fantastic coin, appreciating long-wise. The gold, in my opinion, was the best buy. This gold, it was very interesting because a lot of dealers never got the gold. There's a few handful of usual suspect dealers that get the gold. And once again, I think that was a blunder on the Royal Mint side. I'm not going to question or even try to figure out how it is. I just know that these things happen. You know, sometimes they just get caught off guard, or sometimes it just is what it is. Another issue that I saw there was that they had the 3 per household, which is something that never happens now on the new releases. So once again, if you was in a fortunate enough position to take advantage of that, which I did, you was able to technically get 3 of the very rare that went straight to customers instead of branching out with dealers and customers. So the majority, if I'm not mistaken, I damn near saw like 99% of all the golds go to customers. No dealers that I saw of were selling them on day of issue. They all had the silver, no one had the gold. Instant sellout, max mintage 400, one of the first-ish to do that, as many of the others didn't really come out with golds at the time. Best opportunity, I done a video at the time stating how much this coin would appreciate, and I put a 2k cap on it at the time, and on the secondary market it was getting that easily. I doubled my money on a couple of these that I had very easily. So I still think it's the best buy and long-term hold, slabbed or not slabbed. This one here with the whole error coin, blue hat, green hat variant, I still think it has very great opportunities. Will they be releasing another one at time of release this video in Christmas time's coming? Maybe so. Will it do as good as the first? I don't believe so. I think once the Royal Mint get in the groove and know what they're doing, there's not a lot of opportunities for anybody getting involved. Only way I'll be jumping involved in the second one is if they come out with single digit mintages, and I'll break into that in a moment, but I don't believe that's going to be the case. I think you'll see this at around 27 or 25 to a 30k mintage, and the gold at something like 630 or something like that, and it'll be spread out between all, and it'll be 1 per household. That's the next cap that they put on after this coin here. So 1 per household, more than likely 650, and the silver 7 or 27 to 30k. But who knows? But I think here's the best opportunity of what's out at the moment in terms of the childhood license coins. Third coin I put up there is going to be the Stephen Hawkins. Now I believe we had the Isaac Newton before that, but it didn't cause nowhere near the frenzy that the Stephen Hawkins did. So these are going to be my top 350p's to be involved in. If you can get them at a decent price, or if you're looking, you're better off being in these, as I think these will appreciate instead of tank over a period of time. The Hawkins was unique in that it came out and it had single digit mintages, which was fantastic. I mean, especially for the silver. I believe on the silver standard, it had a mintage of 5,500. So max coin mintage 7,000. They had a pied fork that I believe had a mintage of 2,500. And on the gold, they had a mintage of 400. So the sweet spot. Tiny mintages, also to take note, single digit mintages, and it wasn't themed under a licensed childhood story, so lots of opportunities there mintage wise. I think the gold done well. It didn't shoot as high as the snowman. Opportunities there, I also did pick up a number of these. I think was how fast you could flip them. I think they're holding their value well. There is a profit to be made there from what was paid around the 795 mark. You could easily walk away with £200 to £300. So selling around 1,300, around that price there to £1,000. So on top of what you paid, as long as you're happy with those profits, it's pretty decent. Didn't come close to what the snowman can command on any given day, but I think with the single digit mintages on the silver, the pied fork, with 2,500, and the silver at 7,000. I believe it capped out at 5,500. I think that's where a lot of the new licensed childhood story coins need to go. So they're going to bring out a new snowman. To pique my interest, they need to go lower. And it's proven, and these are what I think are the top three Royal Mint coins to be involved in. Please let me know ones that you believe are the best. I'm going to go through ones that I think got absolutely wrecked. Now, here's a coin that I think is better than all of what I just mentioned. Even the Beatrix Potter, I would rival it with the Snowman in terms of worldwide appeal, and it's the Paddington Bear. And here's a prime example of what happens when you don't have everybody on deck or, on the board. I've had people moan and groan that people like myself ruin it. They can't get the coins. But here was a coin, I think not long after the Beatrix Potter, that the Royal Mint decided to bring out, and they really fluffed it up. So it does go to show that mintages play a massive role, and not having the hype gang / cowboys on board also play a massive role, because all collectors that love it and want it had no issues getting it. This was the first one that came out. I think this came out in 2018. And they really fluffed up with the mintages here. I think they wanted like 60, it was 60k on the mintages. At one point an unlimited mintage, but then I think it peaked at 75,000. They had the gold at 600, but I think the gold was always going to sell out. Dealers had that also. But with no demand or interest in such high mintages, this coin is still readily available, and any given day the Mint's putting this on sale. And with a character as popular as Paddington Bear, I don't know how you could fluff that up. I think this could have easily been bigger than all of them put together. Paddington Bear is such an iconic figure, and it's just lingering. And they came back, reduced the mintages. I think on the new latest ones, they reduced them 25,000. I think 32,500 on the silver. Once again, no interest. I think once you kill it, it's dead. I think they could bring this out now on a 10k mintage or even a single digit mintage, and there's not going to be a lot of interest for the Paddington Bear. Does that mean people love Beatrix Potter? Do they love the Gruffalo, for instance? No, I think the Mint overplayed. Prime example of here is what happens when you get too greedy, and it just turned off a lot of people like myself. I was very interested to see, there was key characters out there that a lot of people would say would be a instant home run. I know Winnie the Pooh was one, Paddington Bear, some iconic characters, and for them to fluff it like that, it just goes to show if you don't play your cards right, you can instantly turn a hit into a dud. With the Gruffalo, I think the Gruffalo, I actually like the first Gruffalo that was released. I've got it in back, but the lighting's terrible here, so I'm just going to stay with the phone images. I like the first Gruffalo piece, but it hasn't done well. It just didn't do well. It's just one of those things. It was 50p fatigue kicked in with a lot of people. It was an issue getting them, and it just kicked in. Then a lot of people started getting more fussy. With the Hawkins coin, it was a fantastic opportunity. When you get outside of the licensed stuff and you get to the 50 years of the 50p stuff, I think they done well there. It was a re-release technically on the cultured sets, so the gold set on a mintage of 75 and whatever they had for the silver. But them coming back now and re-releasing the same again in Pied Fort, I think it doesn't kill the original set because they're two technically different sets and coins, but it wears people down. Them releasing the BU containing the Kew Gardens, I think in the long run will hurt Kew Garden sales, BU and even silver. I don't think it's going to do too much to the gold. It's still a massive seller for the gold. But I think moving forward, if the Royal Mint don't start bringing out single digits, and they can release anything tomorrow, I don't know, Freezy the Snowman or something. Personally, I'm not going to be in. They're well in their groove, so they've got everything on check. So with their releases, I don't expect any blunders. A lot of the coins I've showed, gold wise, it's only one per household. So that's a good or a bad thing, no matter how you take it. Once again, it wasn't the case on the Snowman, so it was just a thing of them working out their mintage. And if you was able to take advantage of that, then you really gained. The coins should definitely be holding on to the three I mentioned. That would be the 2016, which you can't get. The Snowmen, the first release, I think, are still offer fantastic opportunities. And even the Stephen Hawkins. The Stephen Hawkins may not even be getting a second release because of its nature. So that can technically increase over time. But whether it has the same appeal as a physical, personal, real life individual, who knows. But this licensed stuff, for me, moving forward, not really. The Wallace and Gromit, as good as it is, some would call it gimmicky as it is, not really. The Beatrix Potter, I missed that boat. The Snowman, the first ones, I'm more than happy with what I have so far and think they're going to keep on going from strength to strength. As mentioned, the Hawkins are fantastic coins. The design was, very ooh-ah, but it still went on to do great things, and we have to see how well it does as we move forward. So I'm going to wrap this one up, guys, but let me know what you think of all these 50p's that have come out thick and thin. As mentioned, when it came to slabbing these coins, I feel a lot of the opportunity came from just getting them in as fast as possible and then turning them around as fast. I saw best opportunities there. I slabbed a lot of coins in the past, but when they're being sold to the UK market, which is what I was doing with a lot of the coins, it's not a massive thing out in the UK. I think if these would have had a lot more interest worldwide, i.e. America, then getting them slabbed and taking absolute advantage where slabbing plays a massive, much bigger role out there would really work. I've seen coins that I've had raw easily sell than the same equivalent slabbed. I've had a number of coins where I've had the option to slab them or sell them raw and put them up raw, and they've sold at the price arc. So, a lot of the raw mint stuff, personal experience here, unless you're really slabbing like a Kew Gardens coin where you can absolutely take advantage because it has so much worldwide appeal. To me, it's, it's all on the individual, but that's just my own personal experience there. I've slabbed a lot of coins, still do intend to go on, but I've seen it could be done just as easily as long as you can get the piece in as fast as possible and turn it around. Profits are just the same, if anything, a lot easier raw because you're not putting in the extra input. But let me know how it's worked out for you, if you have slabbed or if you haven't slabbed, or ones you think are worth slabbing or just not slabbing at all. And also let me know what you think of these pieces and which 50p's you think are the best. So that's going to be the Wallace and Gromit that's out, and my top picks when it comes to the UK raw mint 50p coins. So hate or love it, please let me know your opinions. Please do go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.